My coworkers called me a coward for not entering the burning building. I went back inside anyway and saved the one thing they couldn't see coming after routine warehouse inspection turned chaos. I was the only one who went back inside while everyone else ran. What I pulled out changed everything. Original post. I'm Marcus Hale, 33, working as a logistics safety coordinator in Dallas, Texas. My job is mostly inspections, compliance checks, making sure warehouses don't turn into disasters waiting to happen. Ironically, nobody thinks of you as brave in my line of work. You're just supposed to be careful, quiet, observant. That day started like any other. We were doing a scheduled inspection at a distribution warehouse outside the city. Standard team, me, 2 supervisors, and a few site workers. Everything looked normal at first glance. Pallets stacked, forklifts moving, the usual noise of industry. Then I noticed something small. A faint smell of burning plastic near the back loading bay. I mentioned it to the site supervisor, but he brushed it off, said it was probably just equipment overheating. I didn't push it. I should have. 15 minutes later, the sprinkler system in Section C triggered. Then smoke. Not a lot at first, just a thin gray line curling up from between stacked crates. Someone shouted to evacuate, and within seconds, the entire warehouse shifted from routine to panic. I walked toward the exit like everyone else. That's when I heard it. A sound from deeper inside the storage rose. Not a machine, not fire crackling. A voice. Update 1. At first, nobody wanted to believe me. When I said I heard someone inside, the site supervisor, Ryan Keller, immediately told me to stop being dramatic. Said the building was cleared, but I knew what I heard. A second voice. Fainter. Calling for help. The smoke was already thicker now. Not black yet, but building fast. The sprinkler system wasn't reaching the source of the fire. Something deeper inside was feeding it. People were already outside by the time I reached the loading dock again, counting heads, moving away from the building. That's when Ryan grabbed my arm. Marcus, don't be a hero. Insurance handles this now. That sentence stuck in my head more than anything. Insurance handles this now, like someone still inside didn't matter yet. I pulled my arm free and said I was going in. That's when I heard it. One of the younger workers, a guy named Dylan, laughed. Dude, you're not a firefighter. You're the inspection guy. Don't get yourself killed trying to look cool. That word hit harder than I expected. Cool. Like this was about ego. Like fear wasn't even part of the conversation, but I wasn't trying to look cool. I was trying to figure out why I could still hear someone screaming under collapsing metal racks. I grabbed a spare safety mask from the emergency kit and stepped back inside before anyone could stop me. The heat changed instantly. It wasn't fire everywhere yet. It was pockets, fast spreading. A wall of smoke rolling low like it was alive. Visibility dropped to almost nothing within seconds. I moved by memory of the layout, not sight, and then I saw it. A collapsed shelving unit near the far storage aisle, sparks jumping from a broken electrical panel behind it. And the voice, beneath it. Update 2. The first thing I saw was movement under the metal racks, a hand. A warehouse intern, maybe 19, pinned under fallen crates and a bent steel beam. He was conscious but trapped, coughing hard, barely able to speak. His name was Ethan. I didn't think. I just moved. The fire wasn't fully there yet in that section, but the heat was rising fast. My gloves started getting warm within seconds as I tried to lift the edge of the rack. It didn't budge, too heavy. I looked around, found a broken forklift pallet jack nearby. Used it as a lever. The metal screamed as I forced it under the beam. Above us, the lights flickered. One popped. Glass shattered somewhere behind me. Ethan kept saying, I can't feel my leg. I told him to stay awake, that I had him. And then something shifted in the building. A low structural groan. That's when I realized the fire wasn't just spreading horizontally. It was climbing vertically toward the storage chemical section. If that hit, the entire building could go. I pulled harder. The beam lifted just enough. Ethan dragged himself out, half-conscious, coughing violently. I grabbed him under the arm and started moving back toward the exit. That's when part of the ceiling dropped behind us. We barely cleared it. Outside, everything was chaos. Fire trucks arriving, people shouting. Ryan staring at me like I had done something stupid instead of something necessary. Paramedics took Ethan immediately, and then the questions started. Why did you go back in? You could have died. Was it worth it? But none of that mattered, because something else happened while I was inside that no one outside had seen yet. A second alarm panel near the storage office had been manually shut off. Someone had turned it off. Final update: 2 days later, the investigation changed everything. The fire wasn't just an accident. A faulty chemical compressor had overheated, yes, but the spread was accelerated because the internal alarm suppression system had been partially disabled. Not broken, disabled. Ryan Keller, the same supervisor who told me not to go back inside, had been trying to keep a delayed shipment from getting flagged during inspection. The alarm in Section C was tied to it. He turned it off. When the fire started, the system didn't react fast enough. That's why Ethan got trapped. That's why I heard him in the first place. Because the system that was supposed to warn us didn't. Ryan was suspended immediately pending investigation. The company launched a full internal review. Ethan survived with a fractured leg and smoke inhalation. He texted me from the hospital a week later saying, "If you didn't come back, I wouldn't be here." I didn't really know how to respond to that, because I wasn't thinking about bravery when I went in. I was thinking about the sound of someone being ignored. At work, things changed after that. People stopped joking about inspections being easy work. Dylan didn't look me in the eye for a while. Then one day he just said, "I was wrong." That was it. No big speech, just honesty. A month later, I was promoted to senior safety coordinator, not because I saved someone, but because I followed protocol when everyone else stopped listening. But the part that stayed with me wasn't the promotion. It was the realization that bravery isn't loud. It's not running in while everyone watches. Sometimes it's just refusing to accept that someone's voice doesn't matter because it's coming from inside the danger. Ethan still sends updates. He's walking again. Ryan's case is still under review, but no matter what happens legally, the truth is simple. The fire didn't start with flames. It started when someone decided warnings were optional. And I think about that every time I walk into a warehouse now. Because courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about hearing someone inside the smoke and choosing to believe they're worth the risk. If this hit close to home, drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you think you would have done in that moment. And if you want more stories like this, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.